my favourite movie from every year I've been alive. Let's get into this. Hey everyone, my name is Rob. Welcome to my YouTube channel called The Movie Vault. As I said at the start of this video, this is my favourite movie from every year I've been alive. 1983 all the way up to now, 2020. Let me give you some quick rules before I get into this. The reason behind these, they're not going to be the biggest box office movies, the top movies of the year. These are just my choices, my personal favourite choices from each year. A couple of reasons I'm looking at here is rewatchability. Have I rewatched these movies over and over throughout the years and really enjoyed them? And just, you know, favourite actors, favourite directors, stuff like that. They're my reasonings behind my picks for this list, so let's get into it. First up here, 1983, one word will symbolise this movie to a lot of people. Jedi. Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Really awesome end to the original trilogy. At the time, we thought that was it. And yeah, super cool, super cool. I can't highly recommend this enough. If you haven't seen Star Wars, do check it out. It's an old DVD copy I have here, but I thought I would show this, the old school DVD with the cool cover artwork here. My pick for 1984 was huge when I was a kid. This is Ghostbusters. This is the 4K steelbook of 1 and 2, but we're just talking about the first movie here. Here's the four guys on the back from the first movie. This was super cool. The cartoon was huge when I was a kid. I had all the action figures and I could rewatch this over and over and over. Ghostbusters 1984, awesome movie. My 1985 pick, I recently upgraded to the 4K steelbook. This is Back to the Future, the very first movie, Back to the Future 1. Super cool. DeLorean was awesome. Hadn't seen anything like this when I was a kid. Really, really cool. Back to the Future. Highly recommend this one as well. 1986 was a year I was actually kind of split on, so I'm going to give you guys two picks. First up here, I recently picked up this 4K this year. Top Gun, Tom Cruise. Awesome movie as a kid. You know, fighter jets, Air Force, Tom Cruise. What more can I say about this one? Really enjoyed this as a kid and enjoyed it over and over to this day. My second 1986 pick, I probably wasn't really aware of overly as a child and kind of, you know, came into it more the older I got, is Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China. Big fan of Kurt Russell, big fan of John Carpenter. I get my line in every video now nearly on the channel. This is the Arrow Blu-ray release. Really awesome movie. You know, I really appreciate this more the older I got, but that's why I'm split on two picks for 1986. 1987, I was only 4, so I can't imagine seeing this when I was 4, but again, I came across this as a kid the older I got. This is Paul Verhoeven's RoboCop. This is the cool Arrow video box set release. RoboCop was awesome as a kid. I mean, there was the trilogy and there was the TV show. RoboCop was cool. He turned up in the wrestling once as well. I was into wrestling as a kid, you know, and then seeing that unrated director's cut was just kind of mind-blowing, especially being younger. But yeah, RoboCop 1987. Robot Cop getting the bad guys. What more do you want? My 1988 pick, it kind of starts off my love with Tim Burton movies and Michael Keaton. This is Beetlejuice. This is the 4K handbook for recently deceased edition here. Opened up all the stuff's in there. This was brilliant, and I started off really becoming aware of Winona Ryder as an actress as well during this. I'm a big fan of Winona Ryder as well. Super awesome. 4K looks fantastic. Again, could watch this over and over and over. Do pick this up if you haven't got it. 4K looks fantastic. Beetlejuice 1988. My 1989 pick, speaking of Tim Burton and Michael Keaton, Batman, one of my favourite movies ever, Batman. Jack Nicholson is awesome in this. This is one of the first movies I remember seeing as a kid in the cinema. I was 6 when it came out, 1989. Brilliant. Started my love of the Batman franchise, and yeah, I can't speak more highly of these movies. Paul Verhoeven makes the list once again for my 1990 pick here with Total Recall. This is a Blu-ray version I have here. Schwarzenegger, Sharon Stone, Weird Planet. Awesome, super cool sci-fi movie here. Really enjoyed this as a kid, and you know, could watch it over and over again as well. The reason why it makes my list here. 1990 Total Recall. 1991, again, I'm split pick here, guys, with two. I couldn't nail it down to one. So first one up here, I picked this up when I was on holidays in the States. This is Terminator 2 T2, the Ultimate Edition. This really old DVD version. It's in a kind of a tin slip. There's Arnie there. Terminator was brilliant, or you know, I liked Terminator 2 more as a kid because Edward Furlong was in it as a kid. He was kind of my age, you know. It was really cool. You know, the Terminator was the good guy this time. Really awesome action sci-fi movie, Terminator 2. My second pick for 1991 is a Ron Howard movie. Again, I mentioned Kurt Russell earlier. This is Backdraft, Ron Howard movie. Donald Sutherland, William Baldwin, Robert De Niro, Jennifer Jason Leigh. brilliant cast. I was super into fire brigades and the fire department when I was a kid, so this is a really cool movie. I highly recommend checking this one out as well. Backdraft. My 1992 pick continues my love of Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, and now Michelle Pfeiffer. Batman Returns. This is the 4K I have here. Looks awesome in 4K. I remember seeing this movie for the first time and really being blown away by Michelle Pfeiffer's performance as Catwoman. She was kind of head and shoulders above everyone else in this movie, and I highly recommend. Danny DeVito was in there as well. Awesome awesome sequel in the Batman franchise here early on. My 1993 pick was really awesome as a 10-year-old kid. This movie came onto the scene and blew a lot of kids away. Special effects and stuff as well was awesome. 10-year-old me loved Jurassic Park. It might be hard to see here with the glare, but this is like a cool Blu-ray box set and the T-Rex bursting through the gates here. This was super cool. There was all the toys, you know, all the merch. Jurassic Park was huge in 1993. Could watch it over and over again. That's my pick for 1993. My 1994 pick probably doesn't come as any surprise to regular viewers or subscribers here of the channel. This is my favourite movie ever. This is The Crow, starring Brandon Lee, directed by Alex Proyas. I really connected with this film when it came out, and I can't pinpoint why. This is a cool Australian import Blu-ray version I have here. Different cover artwork to the regular one. But yeah, I highly recommend The Crow if you haven't seen it. The comic book's awesome as well. Do check it all out. The Crow, 1994. My 1995 pick is kind of when I really became aware of David Fincher as a director prior to seeing Alien 3. This is the Fantastic 7 Blu-ray copy here. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kevin Spacey. Great cast in here. Really cool, like, detective thriller. Again, I know I keep saying it here, guys, I can't speak highly enough about these movies. Fantastic stuff. 7, do check it out if you haven't seen it. 1996 was again another year I was split here, guys. Two kind of very different movies. The first one I'm going to show you here is a Region 1 import DVD. Independence Day. Really loved this when I was younger, this movie. You know, Jeff Goldblum, Will Smith, Bill Pullman, Mary McDonnell, Judd Hirsch, you know, Randy Quaid. You could go on and on and on. This has a really cool kind of shimmery kind of cover here on this old Region 1 DVD import here. I really enjoyed this kind of, you know, action disaster movie when I was a kid, and I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't watched it in the longest time, and I'm not like a huge fan of it now, but just for the points I said at the start of this video, rewatchability and stuff, when I was younger, Independence Day was a huge movie for 96. As I got older, another movie from 1996 I really appreciate more now is the Cameron Crowe directed Jerry Maguire, starring Tom Cruise, Renee Zellweger, Cuba Gooding Jr. Really love this movie, and that's why I'm kind of split on 96 there again with the two choices. Independence Day for the, you know, rewatchability as a kid, and then discovering Jerry Maguire later on. Really rewatchability again. Fantastic movie. Check out both of these. 1997 brought in an actor I'm a big fan of now as well, John Cusack. This is Grosse Pointe Blank. Awesome movie, fantastic stuff, really enjoyed this. Directed by George Armitage. Minnie Driver is in there as well, Alan Arkin as well, Dan Aykroyd, big fan of Ghostbusters, Dan Aykroyd's in here as well. This movie is about John Cusack plays a hitman who goes to his 10-year high school reunion, and you know, I'll leave it at that. I don't want to ruin it anymore. If you haven't seen this, do check it out because Cusack is fantastic in this one. Grosse Pointe Blank. 98 brings another split decision year, guys. I apologise for this. I wanted to nail down to one every time. First one up is Halloween H20, H2O. I always say H2O, but I believe it's supposed to be H20, the way you pronounce it. This was the first new movie in the Halloween franchise since I became aware of it and, you know, really became a fan of it. Pretty decent movie, actually, you know, in the franchise. You know, they got Jamie Lee Curtis back for the first time. They got her back. Really cool. Directed by Steve Miner, who was also involved with the Friday the 13th franchise. Michelle Williams, Adam Arkin's in there as well. Jodie O'Keefe, Janet Leigh. It was really cool to see Janet Leigh and Jamie Lee together on screen. Josh Hartnett, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It was a pretty cool cast for 98. That's my first pick, Halloween H20. My second pick for 1998 was probably the first war movie I really got into. Spielberg's Saving Private Ryan. Brilliant cast. Tom Hanks is unbelievable in this. Who else do we have in here? Edward Burns, Matt Damon, Tom Sizemore. You know, music by John Williams. That opening scene, Storm at the Beach, is amazing. Sound and stuff was awesome on this, so do check this out. This is the 4K, looks unbelievable. Saving Private Ryan. To round out the 90s, my 1999 pick is The Matrix. Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss, Lawrence Fishburne. There was nothing like this, before it came out and kind of blew people's minds. Really cool concept. I'm not a huge fan of the sequels, but the first one here in 1999 was something to behold when it came out. That's The Matrix. We jump into the 2000s here. So my pick for 2000, this is an old DVD copy, a Region 1 import. I really love this movie, again directed by Cameron Crowe. This is where I fell in love with Kate Hudson, as I do believe a lot of people did as well. This is Almost Famous. This is Almost Famous / Untitled. This is the bootleg director's cut of the movie. This Blu-ray or this DVD release has like a soundtrack CD and 2 different versions of the movie, and I really love this packaging. Awesome movie about the 70s. Highly recommend it. If you haven't seen this, do check out Almost Famous. My 2001 pick may surprise a lot of people here, but 2001, I was just finishing school, going into college, so kind of fitting in with the movie American Pie 2. I thought this was hilarious. I enjoyed the first one. I actually preferred the second one, to be honest. I thought it was a little bit more funnier. This is an old DVD version I have here. You know, college kids and all that. It's kind of fitted in what was happening in my life at the time. American Pie 2 is my 2001 pick. 2002 was kind of the start for me, like the big rise of comic book movies, and there was none bigger than Spider-Man at the time. Sam Raimi directed, Sam Raimi Evil Dead. Sam Raimi was directing a big budget, like, studio comic book movie. Spider-Man was super cool. Tobey Maguire I thought was really well in the role. Kirsten Dunst, fantastic, super cool movie, and I don't know that it gets a lot of love these days, and that it should for the time. 2002, my pick is Spider-Man. My 2003 pick kind of ties in with me working or starting my career as a projectionist. This was the first Tarantino movie I ran on 35mm film. Yes, it's Kill Bill Volume 1. Awesome movie, really, really cool. First experience running a Tarantino movie on 35, as I mentioned, was really great. And this is an old DVD version I have here in the collection. A brilliant, brilliant movie. Again, I know I keep saying it, guys, but I've chosen these for a reason. I can't highly recommend these movies enough. Kill Bill Volume 1 was my 2003 pick. 2004, you may have guessed it, second Tarantino movie on 35mm, Kill Bill Volume 2, to continue up the Bride saga here. Really cool sequel, follow-up. Again, that's why I'm picking it, that's why I'm recommending it, Kill Bill Volume 2. 2005 brought a split decision for me again, based on me just saying there to you guys, significant movies I ran as a projectionist. This was the first of Nolan's Batman trilogy, Batman Begins, 2005. Big Batman fan, I've mentioned it, big fan of Nolan. Those 2 reasons alone was why I picked Batman Begins. The reason I'm split on 2005 is, again, a significant running this movie on 35mm as a projectionist. This is the only Star Wars movie I ever got to run as a projectionist to date. This is Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I thought this was a super cool movie. Nice end to that prequel trilogy. We finally got to see Anakin turn into Darth Vader. Awesome stuff here, and running it on 35mm, I have some great memories of that. Star Wars Episode 3. 2006, another comedy in here, Borat, Sacha Baron Cohen. Hilarious stuff when this came out in 2006. I can't believe it's been 14 years since the first movie. Second one came out recently. It's not as good as the first one. I don't think you'll beat this. He had a one-off chance to do this, and he did it. This is an old DVD copy here in the collection, but if you haven't seen it and you're not offended by a lot of stuff, do check out Borat. 2007, Michael Bay movie. Ran it on 35mm as a projectionist. Big Transformers fan when I was a kid. It was a highly anticipated movie by anybody my age who was into Transformers, the cartoon and stuff. Transformers, the live action movie. Here's a Blu-ray copy here. We've Optimus Prime, flip it over, and we have Megatron. Awesome stuff. Seeing Transformers like as a live action movie, the special effects were really well done, really enjoyed it. The first time seeing this kind of all happen was pretty cool as a Transformers fan. My 2008 pick is probably easy guessed here. Big Batman fan, big Nolan fan. The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger was phenomenal in this. I think I've said it before on the channel. To try and explain the build up, to this movie and the expectations after Heath Ledger passed away, I could only kind of compare The Crow with it when Brandon Lee passed away. Luckily enough, Heath Ledger had finished filming all the scenes. So The Dark Knight is a phenomenal movie, and it's my favourite movie in Nolan's Batman trilogy. That's why it's my 2008 pick. My 2009 pick, I want to throw a horror slash comedy at you guys. Ruben Fleischer directs Zombieland. Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Emma Stone, Abigail Breslin. I love the casting of the four of these together. It's really cleverly done. Bill Murray's in here as well. You know, comedy zombie movie. What more could you ask for? Do check out Zombieland 2009. My 2010 pick here is another Nolan movie, ran on 35mm as well. This is Inception. I have the Christopher Nolan 4K box set here and I'm just showing you guys for this one. Amazing concept on the movie. I really like the idea of going into a dream, into a dream, into a dream. Fantastic casting here as well. Ken Watanabe, Leonardo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You know, I can't speak highly enough about the cast here, the directing, everything about this movie was awesome. Do check out Inception. My 2011 pick is actually another comedy in here again, Bad Teacher. I really enjoyed this one. Wasn't expecting to. Cameron Diaz, Justin Timberlake, Jason Segel is in there as well, directed by Jay Kasdan. I just thought this was a really funny movie, and again, based on rewatchability, I've watched it a couple of times since I originally saw it, and yeah, nice to throw a comedy in here as well. 2011's pick is Bad Teacher. 2012, Nolan, Batman, the trilogy ends, The Dark Knight Rises. I really enjoyed this movie. What a great end, a nice rounded off end to the trilogy. Again, guys, I can't speak highly enough of these Batman movies and Christopher Nolan. He's a fantastic filmmaker, and this Batman trilogy is just something to behold when you watch them all together. Do check out The Dark Knight Rises. My 2013 pick is directed by the wonderful Catherine Bigelow. This is Zero Dark 30. Brilliant kind of, I don't even want to say war movie, you know, like it's basically about the SEAL team who ends up assassinating Osama bin Laden, and it's just a wonderful movie, directed fantastically by Catherine Bigelow, as I mentioned there. Do check this one out if you haven't seen it, Zero Dark 30. My 2014 pick here, guys, directed by Scorsese. DiCaprio is in there, Jonah Hill, Margot Robbie, The Wolf of Wall Street. Awesome movie. DiCaprio is just unbelievable in this. I haven't really overly appreciated Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, when he was a younger actor, but he's really awesome in this one. You know, the older he gets, the better he gets, I believe. You know, Scorsese, DiCaprio, what more do you need to say? The Wolf of Wall Street. My 2015 pick here is a kind of a new era horror directed by David Robert Mitchell. This is It Follows. This is a fantastic modern day horror movie. Really awesome throwback score. If you're into Carpenter like I am, you'll really enjoy this one. I like the idea, the concept, cool modern horror movie. Do check out It Follows if you haven't seen this one before. 2016, I was split again, guys, just based on rewatchability and enjoyment of these two. First one is Tim Miller directs Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is just fantastic. Deadpool is the ideal character for him. He just really fits in, and yeah, you know, I can't speak any more than that. Morena Baccarin is in here as well. You know, I know her from Gotham, the Batman series, so just hilarious action, you know, comic book movie, Deadpool. Check out that one. My second pick for 2016, again, another comic book movie directed by David Ayer. This is Suicide Squad. I have this cool, like, media book version, I think it's what you call them. I really enjoyed this movie. I know a lot of people didn't. Margot Robbie is just unreal as Harley Quinn. I think she is fantastic as that character. She does a great job. I enjoyed this movie, you know, for what it was. Jared Leto was unbelievable as Joker as well. I really look forward to seeing more of him as Joker if that could happen at some point. But yeah, Suicide Squad is my second pick for 2016. 2017, we're jumping back into the Nolan 4K box set. My pick is Dunkirk. I really enjoyed this movie. I know a lot of people sort of found it boring. It's the shortest runtime of a Nolan movie, I believe, probably since following his first movie. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very well done. You know, shot in that IMAX 70mm, looks unbelievable in 4K. Sound mix is brilliant. Tom Hardy is great. You know, the cast is just brilliant. Nolan, you know, has his casting down, I think. Yeah, Dunkirk, highly recommend. Another kind of war movie that I kind of start getting into those war movies after Saving Private Ryan we mentioned earlier on the list. Dunkirk, different kind of movie. I like the different aspects, the storylines going on within the movie. Yeah, I do highly recommend checking out Dunkirk if you haven't already. My 2018 pick here, they somehow got Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis back. Halloween 2018, directed by David Gordon Green. When I first heard about this movie, I wasn't too sure. I was kind of like, oh man, I don't know about this, you know, we're going back. And, you know, I'm like, okay, they got Jamie Lee Curtis back involved. And then they got Carpenter back involved as like an executive producer, you know, giving advice, writing the score. Everything about this movie is really awesome. The more I watch this, the more I really like it. Halloween 2018, fantastic movie and great entry into the Halloween franchise. 2019, guys, I was split again on this decision, and once again based on being a projectionist and being able to run both of these on film. My first pick is Tarantino's 9th movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I got to run this on 35mm. The cinema I work in as a projectionist, we had a 35mm print. Unbelievable. I really enjoyed this movie. 4K here, looks unbelievable. You know, what can I say? It get cast like DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie. I'm a big fan of Sharon Tate, so I was really interested in seeing what Margot Robbie was going to do as Sharon Tate, and she didn't disappoint. I thought DiCaprio was fantastic in this. I know a lot of people spoke about Brad Pitt. He was great as well, but I really thought Leonardo DiCaprio was unbelievable in this. That's why Once Upon a Time makes my 2019 pick. My second 2019 pick here, I got to run this on 70mm. This is the first 70mm movie I ever ran as a projectionist. This is the fantastic Joker. Unbelievable. Todd Phillips directed this one. Joaquin Phoenix is unreal as Joker. Arthur Fleck in this movie. I wasn't too sure what to expect of this going in. I was kind of like, man, you know, what has this got to do with Batman? And as a standalone Joker movie, really cool. De Niro is in there as well. You know, there's some talk of, you know, Scorsese was brought on and he was going to direct, but then he was taken off the project and all this sort of stuff. But, you know, and you can see all the Taxi Driver references and stuff in there. But I really enjoy this Joker standalone movie, Joker. Do check it out if you haven't. And my picks for 2020. Once again, guys, I'm split on this one. I don't have the physical media to show you here for these because they haven't been released yet. My number one pick for 2020 was Christopher Nolan's Tenet. I really enjoyed Tenet. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I know a lot of people didn't like it and the audience seems to be split 50-50. I am a big fan of Nolan's work, so I did enjoy the movie. Once again, casting, I thought they did a great job there. Technically, how they shot all this stuff, it was really kind of mind-blowing to see on screen. So that's why Tenet makes my number one pick. My second pick for 2020 is actually a recently watched movie for me, written and directed by Aaron Sorkin. This is The Trial of the Chicago 7. This is a Netflix movie. This was an unbelievable movie. I can't believe this went on in this like courtroom drama movie. It was just really unreal to watch. Again, the casting is really great. There's Sacha Baron Cohen is in there. You know, like everybody knows him from Borat and the comedy movies he's done. He was brilliant in this in a more serious role here. Eddie Redmayne is in there as well. It's just an all-around great cast. Written and directed fantastically by Aaron Sorkin, as I mentioned there. So that's why The Trial of the Chicago 7 makes my 2020 pick. Okay, guys, there you have it. That's my favorite movie from every year I've been alive. We've done 83 all the way up to 2020. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope this kind of gives you an insight into my kind of taste in movies and like why I picked these, why they're my favorite movies. As I mentioned at the start, rewatchability and enjoyment, they were the two main factors I considered when choosing a movie or movies, because it was, you know, split on some of those years, as you guys have just seen. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you haven't already, consider hitting that little bell to get notified every time I post a new video. That's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope to see you on the next video. Stay safe and I will talk to you soon.